So the process that I use, and this is why I use multiple straight edges to find the problem. So the first thing I did was the shortest one to see if there was sort of one high fret, and I didn't really find it. I used the next size up, still nothing. But when I used this one, the 6-inch, I found one high spot here. So with the 10-inch, I found that I could slip that 2 thou feeler gauge under there, which tells me this area, which is the proverbial area for fret dressing. And then when I put the full length on, I could slip that 2 thou feeler gauge right up to the 2nd fret. This is the bass side still, from the 2nd fret right up to here. One of the key factors, whether you have a CNC machine or not, you still need to make the call on exactly where that truss rod needs to be before you go anywhere near the frets to level. I spent quite a bit of time sort of going over and over and over this to determine what the lay of the neck will be now that I'm ready to pick up the leveling file. One of the things we're doing is a compensated nut, and I've said this many times before, that when you're doing a fret dress, especially a tricky one like this, you want that nut out of the way so that you have a clear path, full length, from the 1st fret to the last when you're doing your leveling. And I have adjusted that truss rod several times to get the lay of the neck to where it should be. So now we'll heat that nut up, take it off, and get on with the leveling. So here we go, moment of truth. Now you got to remember when you're putting the straight edge on, you want to keep in mind that you should be traveling along the trajectory of the actual string path. So this is my 2 thou feeler gauge, and it is not going under any of those frets. So there you go, there's my 2 thou. It's the bass side, perfect. Let's get the center. 100%. And the treble side. Okay, we are done. So once again, we corrected what the CNC machine missed. I think part of the lesson in this is the CNC machine itself is never to blame, but whoever is operating it, they need to be more than just a computer geek. They need to understand truss rods and how they work, because you got to make sure that truss rod is set right where it should be before you flick the switch on the CNC machine. And that was part of the problem, no doubt. And there were a couple other guys that, sort of tried to, let me just lift that up for a sec. Yeah, there were a couple other guys that had kind of taken a run at this as well, and I think Dan was kind of beside himself there. I don't know if I'm number 4 or number 5 to attempt to fix this. Well, it is fixed now, that is for sure. So we're just onto the compensated nut. So give that a quick wipe, and we can get on with the rest of the job. You saw that I did actually mask off the bird inlays, because in this case they are kind of a softer plastic. Didn't want to leave any marks on that soft plastic. That's why I masked all the birds off. Now this is allowing me to get in nice and tight to the bottom of the fret crown and get every trace of compound cleaned up. We'll do the final tuning check on both of Dan's guitars, this PRS and that Les Paul, and then bring them both into the studio. And here's the final check on the Les Paul.